Hey guys, myself Afan and welcome back to my YouTube channel TechFairs. I hope you're going good, and in the last video we saw the installation setup and some basic syntax of Python by writing a simple program, and in today's video we shall see the conditional statements. So let me first open my Python ID. So I'll just type Python, and this is the ID that we installed in the last video. So let me first select a new file from here. Let's say new file, and over here we will write our coding. So in today's video we shall see the conditional statements. So this symbol, this pound symbol, you can also say hash symbol in Twitter words, but this symbol is used to comment down the statement. This represents a non-executable statement of your code. This will not execute. So even if I run it from here, I'll say run, and first you need to save this file. I will save it over here in my. I have created one more folder over here named Python programs. So I will be saving all of my programs over here. Let me save this as conditional statement. Okay, I'll save this. And when I run, see there is no statement being printed. So these statements will not be executed written in hash symbols. So even if I write anything else over here, and if I run this thing, this will not be executed. So the next thing we were talking about conditional statements. So let me first write down its syntax. So it goes this way: if, and here we have this condition, and then we have this colon. And once we enter this colon, we have this indentation over here. Like if you have written code in C or C++, instead of writing colon, we used to write these curly braces, right? So inside these curly braces, we used to write the code. So these curly braces represent the beginning and the end of these conditional statements. So but in Python we have this colon to indicate beginning and end. So when we write code, and if I enter, you can see there is some indentation once you write colon over here. So whatever code I write it down in that indentation part, in that spacing, so that will be inside my if block. And once I get back and write the code, it will be outside my if block, so it will not be under this conditional statement. So to demonstrate you, let us simply write a program which which checks if your age is greater than 18, and if it is greater than 18, it will print a message saying eligible to vote, and if it is not greater than 18, it will simply say not eligible to vote. So let me first declare the age. So let me give it as 17 at first, and I will check its condition. If its age is less than 18, I have to simply print not eligible to. So and simply when I run this, you can see it says not eligible to vote. So but if in case it is greater than or equal to 18, so if suppose it is 18, it is not less than 18, so this condition will be false. So we write here else part. So if this condition becomes false, it tests the condition if age is less than or equal to 8 or less than 18. If this is not less than 18, it is greater than 18, so this condition becomes false. So it will come to this block, and here whatever code we want to execute, we can execute over here. I can simply copy this thing from here and paste it over here. And now when we run this, now we can see our age is 18. So it will check if age is 18. No, it is not 18, it is greater than 18. So not actually greater than 18, but it is 18. So when I run this, you can see it says eligible to vote. So if I even write it 20 and run this thing, you can see it says eligible to vote. Now let us even simply write one more program. Let me comment this out. You can simply say Alt and 3. You can press Alt and 3 simultaneously to comment all of these. So you can see I have commented all of these things. So now we will write a program uh, to find the greatest among three numbers. So I am having these three numbers. Let me say A as 10, B as 20, and C as 30. So I have to find the greatest. Now as you can see, when you see, you will find that 30 is greater, but I want my program to find it. So first I will check A with B. So whichever will be greatest among A and B, that we will compare with C. So first let me say A. If A is greater than B and A is greater than C, what this will do is it will check both of these conditions. It will check if A is greater than B, as well as one more condition, A greater than C. If both of these conditions are true, then only this statement block will be executed. So now we have compared A with B and C. So if it is greater than both, then we will simply print A is greatest. A is greatest. Now if suppose uh, this condition fails, if A is not greater than B or either A is not greater than C, we will check if B is greater than A or B is greater than C. So we'll say if B is greater than A as well as B is greater than C. So if this is the case, then we can simply print B is greatest. So if suppose this condition also fails, if as you can see A is greater than, neither greater than B nor A is greater than C, so both these condition will fail. So this condition will not work. So it will come to, actually it should be else, not, it is else. So even this condition fails. So now we have to write one more condition. So instead of this, if I want to write else if, I have this code called else if, elif. This represent else if. So if this condition fails, it returns back to else statement. So here I am having one more conditional statement, that is if else and if. So it will test one more condition as B greater than C or B greater than C. We can see B is greater than A, but it is not greater than C. So if and only if both the conditions are true, we can go to the next statement. But this condition over here gets false. So finally we can print. So neither of these statements are being true. So I can say C is greatest. So let us check if which is the greatest one. So it is saying C is greatest. So if I increase A with, let me give it as 50. So in the first condition, it will check if A is greater than B. A is greater than B, yeah. Then secondly, it will check A is greater than C. If A is greater than C, yeah, this also is true. So both the conditions are true. It will execute A is greatest and it will skip the rest of the part. So when we run this, you can see it displays A is greatest. So similarly, if I give B the greatest value, it will say B is greatest. You can even use input statements from the user. You can ask user to input all these three values and check those conditions. But we will see that in our further tutorials. So that's it for today, guys. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you liked it, and if so, make sure that you hit the like button. If any questions or any topic that you want me to cover, just comment down and I will make sure that I reach you. And in the next video, we shall see the use of looping statements. To get some more content on these topics, subscribe to my channel and press the bell icon. Till then, happy coding.